Honick, 30 Tevis, 33 Roberts, 34 Ruff, 35 Archer, 45 Zachary. That's it.
Yeah, and 20 is not here as well. I didn't say that one.
Awesome, thank you. And then, do you have starters for us?
Yes, 3, 5, 12, 13, 32. Same as yesterday for that.
Okay, thank you.
In 5 minutes, we will have a Parents' Day ceremony, so please join the student athletes under the scoreboard by the Sabercats bench. Thank you, and we will begin when the clock reads 5 minutes. All right, at this time, we'd like to recognize the parents and family members of the Sabercats women's basketball team who are able to be in attendance with us today, and to thank you both for your tremendous investment in your children's lives and for the contribution that you have made to Maranatha Baptist University. Scott and Sherry Wright, parents of Trisha. Tracy Narrett, mother of Ashley. Dennis and Sarah Johnson, parents of Carly and Kelsey. John and Deidre Hendricks, parents of Haley. And finally, Coach Mo, father of Callie. Parents and family members, thank you so much for your investment in the lives of your children and for your investment in Maranatha Baptist University. It is a privilege to have you as part of the Sabercat family. Thank you, and let's give them all one more round of applause. Thanks again, and after warm-ups, the game will begin in approximately 5 minutes.
Good afternoon and welcome to the campus of Maranatha Baptist University in Watertown, Wisconsin. So glad to have you along this afternoon for our broadcast of this women's basketball game. It is Parents' Day here at Maranatha Baptist University, so many of our normal viewers are actually in our presence. We're so thankful to have them here. And already enjoyed, hope you were able to catch it, the ceremony honoring the parents and their contributions to their children's lives, their influence, and their impact on all that are here today. We're going to get things going in just a few minutes. We'll send it up to the public address announcer to get us underway, and we'll be ready for some basketball.
The NCAA and Maranatha Baptist University promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions will not be tolerated. Furthermore, public intoxication and the possession or consumption of alcoholic beverages and tobacco products are all grounds for removal from the site of competition and other disciplinary actions. At the same time, be loud, be proud, and be positive. Good afternoon and welcome to the campus of Maranatha Baptist University and this Parents' Day matchup. The visitors on the scoreboard in purple are the Crown College Storm. And in white, your Maranatha Baptist University Sabercats. Please rise and remove your hats for a word of prayer. Following prayer, we will honor our country with the playing of the national anthem, meet the starters, and get this game underway. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you for the significance of this day. Thank you for the parents and families that are with us. Thank you for their investment in their children's lives and for their investment in Maranatha Baptist University. I pray that the players today would compete with safety and skill, help the coaches and officials to make accurate decisions. But above all, Lord, as always, I pray that everything that we do and everything that we say inside this gym would bring honor and glory back to you. We pray this in the name of your Son, our Lord and our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. And now let's meet the starters, beginning with the visiting Crown College Storm. Junior guard from Tucson, Arizona, number 3, Stevie De La Osa. Freshman guard from Houston, Texas, number 10, Shauna Thompson. Junior guard from Plymouth, Minnesota, number 22, Patricia Gibson. Sophomore guard from Tomball, Texas, number 24, Brooke Connick. And a junior guard from Houston, Texas, number 33, DeMonico Roberts. The Storm are coached by Kevin Bozicki, assisted by Daryl Roddy, Logan Roddy, and Lucas Roddy. And now the starters for your Maranatha Baptist University Sabercats. Freshman guard from Jefferson, Wisconsin, number 3, Callie Morrison. Senior forward from Lewiston, Missouri, number 5, Sydney Luttrell. Junior forward from Daggett, Michigan, number 12, Carly Johnson. Also from Daggett, Michigan, junior forward, number 13, Kelsey Johnson. And a sophomore forward from Manassas, Virginia, number 32, Jacqueline Simpson. The Sabercats are coached by Clayton Morrison in his 26th season, assisted by Rob Thompson, Clayton Morrison IV, and student manager Kelly Dyke. The officials this afternoon are Michael Steidel, Matthew Van Evenhoven, and Austin Edge. Let's play basketball.
Once again, thank you for joining us here in Watertown, Wisconsin on the campus of Maranatha Baptist University, where winter is in full effect. Several inches of snow falling overnight. Temperatures will be plummeting through the weekend. But in the gymnasium, it is warm, relatively speaking, and we are ready for basketball here on Parents' Day. So glad you could join us. Sabercats and Crown facing off for the 13th time. And we got some confusion off of the tip. And it will be Storm basketball. Simpson swatted it off the tip out of bounds. It's the 12th meeting of these teams. Currently the series is tied 6-6. So we will break the deadlock today one way or the other. Gibson on the far side swings it across. Here's De La Osa. Now in the corner is Roberts. Up top, Thompson drives. And we've got a foul called on Carly Johnson. Picks up a foul early into the game. All of 17 seconds in. Roberts faces up, top of the key, swings to Thompson. De La Osa working against Morrison in the lane. Lefty shot is good from De La Osa. Routine floater for the junior guard out of Tucson, Arizona, excuse me. Luttrell in the post, hands to Morrison. Reverse layup is good for Morrison off glass. De La Osa brings it ahead. Honick to Thompson. Roberts steps back. De La Osa, now Honick. Gibson faces up against Luttrell. Thompson drives against Johnson, rises up. And the foul occurred. Before the shot. It'll be it's called on Kelsey Johnson, both Kelsey and Carly Johnson with a foul here in the opening stages of the first quarter. Roberts swings to De La Osa, now Gibson. Thompson splits the defenders, dribbled off her leg and out of bounds. Believe it was Luttrell getting a hand in there. And now a little full court look from Crown as they drop back, the Storm do, into half-court defense. Luttrell, baseline, working against Gibson, goes to the runner and is fouled by Gibson. So Luttrell will head to the line for the first free throw attempts of the afternoon. First free throw long for Luttrell in this her second home appearance for the Sabercats. Just joining the team over the Christmas holiday. Should say rejoining the team as Luttrell connects on the second attempt. Played a couple years back and is able to play again this year. Sabercats are thankful for that, as she has worked her way into a starting role as Roberts on the other end hits the turnaround. And the Storm have a 1-point lead. Morrison hands to Johnson. Across to Johnson. Johnson bounces to Luttrell. Free throw line jumper for Luttrell is good. And right away the Storm are going to be going to their bench. Head coach Kevin Bozicki seeing something he doesn't like. Roberts drives over Simpson and a late whistle coming in. It'll be on Simpson. That was a very delayed whistle, but a foul called. And Roberts heading to the free throw line for 2. First attempt right through the middle. Much different game this for the Sabercats than their matchup last night when they faced off against Association Free Lutheran. And wire to wire led that game. Easy, relatively speaking, win by a margin of 42 points. So a whole different environment here today as Johnson throws it behind Morrison. Storm have a 1-point lead thanks to Roberts from the free throw line. And now Roberts squares up. On the wing, it's Crowns. Roberts drives left hand, stops in the lane, fills it up. Roberts having her way early. Storm leaving Luttrell open below. Again, Luttrell on the baseline looking for Morrison. Too late, Thompson was able to make up the ground. Morrison to inbound from the baseline. Johnson faces up, now Morrison. Johnson. Simpson. And another foul going to be called. Officials trying to keep this one very clean. Crowns picks up her first foul. Morrison down to Johnson, back up top to Luttrell, and she walked, couldn't get a clean handle on the ball. And a turnover. Crown lead by 3. De La Osa across the timeline. Sabercats going to a zone. Trying to stop the easy buckets in the lane for Roberts. Here's Roberts at the elbow. Faces up, loses the handle. Johnson takes it away. And Morrison controls. Drives, floater, no. Simpson underneath for the rebound. Leaves for Luttrell. Luttrell back out to Morrison. Good defense from the Storm. Johnson reverses, lays it up off the glass and in. Crowns on the wing, thought about the 3. Shot fake at least, Thompson. De La Osa. Crowns. Gibson hanging out just outside the key. Top is Thompson. Jumper, no. And the rebound bouncing around. Another foul is called again. And Roberts is whistled for the foul. She'll head to the bench. As Ruff, in number 34, into the game for the Storm. Simpson dribbled off her foot, and a turnover to the Storm. Sabercats late getting back. Crowns drives, swatted away, and Johnson is going to pick up her second foul, Carly. So Coach Moe likely needs to go to his bench here, not halfway through the first quarter. In the lane, spinning is Ruff. Shot won't go. Carly Johnson the rebound. Johnson's got to be careful here not to pick up another foul and really take herself out of the game. Careless pass from Luttrell to Johnson. In the corner is Thompson. Crowns. Sabercats defense all out of sorts, and De La Osa takes advantage. Johnsons and Simpson all could not find their spot in that zone. And De La Osa took advantage. 3-point lead for the Storm. On the wing is Morrison. She can tie it from there. No. Simpson tries to save, does so. And now the Storm have numbers. Thompson ahead. Behind Gibson, somehow able to grab it, loses the handle, and Johnson picks up the loose ball. Morrison, look down the pass, a foul is called. That'll be on De La Osa, I believe. Yes, confirmed by the official. Going for that loose ball, but Morrison, freshman, staring down that pass a little bit too long. De La Osa was reading that all the way. Thompson and Gibson will head to the bench. For the Storm. Honick back into the game. And Archer into the game for the first time for the Storm. Number 35, Morrison lost her shoe, so she will need a timeout. She's playing without a shoe right now. Crowns. Bounces in. Ruff is going to be fouled from behind. Foul is on Luttrell, her first, team 5th. We're going to be shooting a lot of free throws today. As Ruff, good from the free throw line on the first attempt. Head coach Kevin Bozicki calling out the defensive arrangement here. And it's a full court trap. Ahead to Torres. Dribbles behind the back. Calmly. And Morrison will set up the Sabercats offense. Johnson up top to Torres. Torres threw it behind Simpson. Down low is Johnson, and she's fouled from behind as Crowns was trying to make up the ground she had lost. And that'll be the second on Crowns. Didn't even start the game, and she is going to have to go back to the bench. First free throw from Kelsey Johnson is good. As Gross checks into the game for the Storm. Crowns takes a seat. Johnson, 2 for 2. Sabercats within 1, both teams in the bonus. Already more than a foul per minute in this opening quarter. Interesting to see how that plays into the later stages of the game, if rosters will be stretched. A drive from Ruff was relatively rough. And Sabercats come away with it. Missed shot opportunity. Morrison, no look underneath the Simpson, who made that a lot harder than it needed to be. She was wide open underneath the basket and went back into traffic for the reverse and still finished. Sabercats take their first lead of the game, 13-12. Honick for 3 on the weak side. Saved by Gross. Now in the corner. Gross travels. I thought another foul was going to be called. And De La Osa will go to the bench as Thompson checks back in for the Storm. Sabercats with a 1-point lead. And they've answered, excuse the reference, but they've answered the first storm here. Morrison. Should say the Sabercats have weathered the storm. Drawing back even. Johnson now. Luttrell on the wing. 8 seconds left to shoot. And a foul. So 2 shots are coming for Johnson. Honick is whistled for the foul. It's her first. And Kelsey Johnson steps back to the free throw line. First attempt, excuse me. Second trip for Johnson is good. Johnson 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And the Sabercats lead by 3. Thompson across to Honick. In the lane, Archer. Back to Honick. Baseline drive. 4 seconds on the clock. Thompson dribbles, rises at the elbow, at the buzzer, knocks it through. That is a really impressive play from Thompson. As the shot clock was winding down, she got on the dribble, got behind defenders and finished. Simpson to Luttrell, low block, working against Gross, and that should have probably been a travel. It looked a lot, did not look like clean steps. Ruff drives with left hand, blocked by Luttrell. And Torres away with the basketball. Sabercats lead by 3. And then Torres throws it back behind timeline. Midcourt. Over and back violation. And Ashley Narrett checks in for the Sabercats. Simpson heads to the bench. The zone defense has somewhat halted the Crown attack as Sydney Luttrell swats Thompson's shot attempt out of bounds. Thompson to inbound from the baseline, a timeout called by Kevin Bozicki. The first timeout of the game. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. Are you looking for something to do? Come into Watertown Bowl 18 or Watertown Bowl North and enjoy our friendly, courteous service along with a clean family atmosphere. Our family-operated business strives to give you, your family, and friends a pleasant experience each and every time you visit. Check out our website at watertownbowl.com for hours of operation and for weekly specials. It was Sydney Luttrell leading the team with 9 rebounds last night, and she's picked up 2 blocks here early in this one. Sabercats lead by 3, 15.5 seconds to play in the first quarter. Thompson to inbound from the baseline. Into Archer, turnaround jumper, no. Foul will be called on Luttrell. It's her second. So now some decisions to be made for Coach Moe. Johnson's already on the bench with 2 fouls. Luttrell picked up her second. And Archer from the free throw line. Good. Simpson back on the floor for the Sabercats as Luttrell heads to the bench. One more free throw for Archer. Long on the second attempt. Johnson skies for the rebound. Under 10 to play. Morrison driving against Thompson and is fouled by Gross. Did not have position. Officials making it clear right away that this is going to be a clean contest. Not a lot of physicality, at least from a contact perspective. Morrison at the free throw line is good. The lefty, freshman out of Jefferson, Wisconsin. Gross has 1 foul. Second free throw from Morrison is good. 5 seconds to play. Pass ahead to Honeck. Turnaround long attempt at the end of the quarter is no good. Sabercats take a 4-point lead to the break. We'll be back for second quarter action in Watertown. How much money do your home's energy bills steal from your wallet every month? Well, heating your home takes 1/3 of your energy money. Water heating takes over 1/10, and air conditioning takes over 1/10. Those alone account for more than half of your monthly energy bill. Since 1979, Klecker's Heating and Air Conditioning of Watertown has been selling and installing high-quality, state-of-the-art, energy-efficient home comfort equipment and providing maintenance services to existing equipment to keep it running at peak efficiency and saving you money. Call them today at 920-261-9218 to learn how Klecker's can help you keep more of your energy money in your wallet. Welcome back to Watertown, Wisconsin, where the Sabercats lead the Crown College Storm by 4. 7 fouls for the Storm in the first quarter, 6 for the Sabercats. So Roberts is playing, or is back into the game. She picked up early fouls. Coach Moe staying with Luttrell and Johnson on the bench with their 2 fouls apiece. Morrison will inbound from the baseline. Foul was whistled on number 3, De La Osa. Torres for 3, good. Great sign for the Sabercat fans. Torres was 0 for last night, empty on 7 attempts, and she is true on her first attempt this afternoon. Sabercats open up a 7-point lead. Gibson to Crowns. Storm look a little bit stunned here. They were in control early and then let the Sabercats back in through foul trouble and missed shot attempts. Simpson, the rebound on the weak side, dribbles it off her thigh. Well, it must have been swatted out by Gibson. And so it'll stay with the Sabercats. As Theory Zachary checks into the game, Gibson heads to the bench. So on the court for the Storm, Zachary, Crowns, Honeck, Roberts, De La Osa. Narrett in the corner looking for Johnson, low block. Lost the ball out of bounds. Narrett trying to force the ball down low. Needs to wait for Johnson to establish position in the post before the entry pass there, I think. Into the zone. Sabercats getting hands on the ball, but no steal yet. Crowns. Shot fake. De La Osa into Zachary. 10 to shoot. Up top, De La Osa. Honick looked like Crowns looked like steps there. No travel called. De La Osa loses the handle. Shot clock expires, but the referee lets them play on. Morrison ahead is wide open, lays it in. So the buzzer sounded, everybody stopped, but Morrison kept running, and Torres ahead for the wide open layup. Boziki's furious with the officials. And Simpson is going to be whistled for the foul. And she's heading to the bench and to the locker room. Unassisted, so should be okay. De La Osa into Zachary, threw it at her feet, lost the handle. Johnson takes it away. Morrison drives, throws it up, but contact draws another foul. Foul is called on Roberts. That's her second. So she did not, I'm sorry for the mistaken comment earlier, she did not have 2 in the first quarter. She now has 2. And it looks like Kevin Boziki will bring her back to the bench to avoid further trouble. Gibson back in. Morrison missed the first attempt. Second attempt is good for the freshman. Zachary back out to Crowns. Storm have not scored in the second quarter. Air ball missed from double dribble on Torres. Turnover. And the Storm will get a second chance here. They trail by 10. Gibson to De La Osa. Pulls back out to Honick. Will reset through Crowns. De La Osa. Down low to Zachary. Faces up, working against Johnson. In the lane to Gibson. And Narrett got her hand caught in the cookie jar. It's the first foul on Ashley Narrett. Johnson will trade spots with her sister. Carly Johnson into the game for the Sabercats. To the bench for the Storm, Honick and Zachary. Thompson and Ruff back into the game for the Storm. Down low, Narrett left wide open. Great pass from Morrison, good vision as well. As the Storm were late to adjust. Morrison makes him pay. Narrett with the layup. Sabercats by 12. Ruff flings up a wild shot, no good. Morrison. And the drought for the Storm continues. Narrett in the corner, surveying her options. Morrison across to Torres. Faces up, across to Morrison. Gets past De La Osa, back to Johnson. Torres, right. Narrett to right. Shot clock expiring. Throws up a shot, no good. And a foul underneath. Foul's called on Torres. Crashing the boards for the offensive rebound. And fouled her opponent in the process. First foul for Torres. 6 minutes to play in the first half. Storm finally get a bucket from Gibson. Power dribble to the lane and a layup. Absorbing the contact is Gibson. And a much-needed basket for the Storm. Torres, Narrett working against Ruff. Good defense from the Storm. A lot of pressure. Morrison to Torres. To a cutting right. Thompson in trouble. Out of bounds off of Narrett. And Johnson will check back into the game. Narrett will head to the bench. De La Osa now for the Storm. Cross court. Sabercats sticking with the matchup zone. Seems to have worked out better for them than the man-to-man coverage was in the early stages of the first quarter. So a good adjustment from Coach Morrison. And has been effective on the defensive end. Morrison picks up the foul. It's her first. 4 fouls on the Sabercats. So the Storm working their way towards free throws. Thompson resets for the Storm. De La Osa. 8 seconds to shoot. Ruff spins, no good. Rebound, Gibson finds it, rises up in the lane, and a soft touch. Soft touch gets the roll. So the basket's good. There's an offensive foul after the basket. Called against Ruff, number 34. So the Sabercats have possession. Not sure if that'd be called an offensive foul or a defensive foul since the basket was scored. And now Ruff is going to pick up a second foul in very quick succession and find herself a spot on the Storm bench. Roberts checks back into the game. She's on 2 fouls, so this will be interesting here to see how long Roberts can keep from fouling. Johnson finds an open spot and scores. Roberts on the wing. Thompson across to De La Osa. Roberts. De La Osa taken away by Johnson. Ripped it right out of her hands. Ahead to Morrison. Back to Johnson. Sabercats lead by 10, under 4 to play in the first half. Feels a lot closer than a 10-point game. Right. I am not in the position to comment on the accuracy of these officials' calls, but they must have just taken their recertification classes because they are calling everything in the book. 3-second violation whistled against the Sabercats, and Crowns makes them pay on the other end with a 3-point effort in front of the Sabercat bench. 7-point game. De La Osa went for the steal, missed it. Morrison corrals the loose ball. Working against Thompson. Morrison steps through defenders. Looking for Johnson underneath. Johnson tries to save the ball out of bounds. And another good defensive trip for the Storm. Has Coach Morrison calling a timeout, wants to talk things over with his girls. 3:09 to play in the first half. We'll be back after this break.
Brad Kinsey and Realty Executives Platinum are intimately familiar with the demographics of the southeastern Wisconsin market. Located in Watertown, we employ sales executives and brokers who are dedicated to helping you find your dream home, as well as assisting you in acquiring the most for your property sale. Be assured that we are always looking out for our clients' best interests and dealing with you honestly. Your satisfaction is the measure of our success.
Welcome back to Watertown. 3 minutes and 9 seconds remain in the first half. It's been an exciting affair so far. Sabercats enjoying a couple double-digit leads here in the second quarter, but the Storm working their way back. Fans want to remind you, if you would like to pick up some Sabercats merchandise, head on over to the official online store of the MBU Sabercats, shopsabercats.com, for all of your official Sabercat apparel opportunity. De La Osa now for the Storm. Sabercats sticking with the 2-3 zone. Roberts at the top of the key. Down to Crowns. Turnaround attempt no good. Wright pulls the ball away from Gibson. Underneath. Johnson flings it to Torres. Thompson takes it away from Wright and then loses the ball out of bounds. And into the game for the Storm, Charity Tevis. De La Osa takes a seat. Johnson working against Roberts. Into a Torres screen. Roberts was flying around. Hard collision between Roberts and Torres. And Roberts fortunate there. Torres was set. Could have been an offensive foul. That would have been her third. Roberts loses the handle out of bounds. And Roberts upset. (31-22) the score, 2:10 to play. Simpson back onto the floor for the Sabercats, so it's the Johnson sisters, Wright, Simpson, and Torres. Lefty shot from Wright, no good. Gibson the rebound. Wild pass, Thompson corrals. And safely across the timeline into the forecourt. Roberts at the free throw line, rises in the lane, off the backboard, shot good. Roberts has 8 points on the afternoon, forces the turnover from Johnson. Wholesale changes coming from both teams. And it is a 7-point game with a minute and a half to play in the first half. Storm basketball. Archer, Honick, Thompson walked on the dribble drive. Morrison behind the Johnson screen. Thompson got decked. Johnson drives, lays it up. No. Ball bouncing around, right the loose ball to Morrison. Johnson for three. No. Johnson tips to Luttrell. Luttrell loses the handle. And loose ball foul. Let's see who the call is on here. It'll be on Honick, her second, and free throws for Carly Johnson. Way long on the first attempt. And Tevis right back into the game. Honeck will take a seat. Second attempt from Johnson, no good, but Kelsey Johnson the rebound to Morrison. On the wing is Wright, bounces to Johnson. Kelsey Johnson drives past Ruff, dishes to Luttrell, baseline jumper from Luttrell, no, too strong. Able to get her own rebound. Down low to Carly Johnson working against Thompson. And Thompson draws the offensive foul. That will be the third on Carly Johnson. So Coach Morrison will get Simpson back in if there's a stoppage in the final 30 seconds of the game. Johnson's got to be really careful now with 3 fouls. Cannot pick up a fourth before halftime. Crowns. Thompson drives past Morrison, lost the handle, right. And Sabercats can hold for the final shot. 6 seconds. On the wing is Carly Johnson for 3, and it's good. Thompson takes a look. Not enough time for the shot, and Carly Johnson avoids the 4th foul on the defensive end and cashes in for a 3-pointer on the offensive end. The Sabercats will take a 10-point lead to the locker room here in Watertown in what has been a relatively entertaining first half of basketball. Thanks for joining us. We will be back for second half action in just about 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Copeland Excavating wishes the Sabercats the best of luck. Call Copeland Excavating for all your excavating needs. For pickup or delivery, Copeland Excavating offers crushed limestone, fill dirt, screened topsoil, sand, mulch, and landscape stone. They are also a dealer for county materials, which includes paver and retaining wall blocks. Let Copeland Excavating put their 56 years of experience to work for you. Call Copeland Excavating today at 920-261-2121. Are you looking for something to do? Come into Watertown Bowl 18 or Watertown Bowl North and enjoy our friendly, courteous service along with a clean family atmosphere. Our family-operated business strives to give you, your family, and friends a pleasant experience each and every time you visit. Check out our website at watertownbowl.com for hours of operation and for weekly specials. Brad Kinsey and Realty Executives Platinum are intimately familiar with the demographics of the southeastern Wisconsin market. Located in Watertown, we employ sales executives and brokers who are dedicated to helping you find your dream home, as well as assisting you in acquiring the most for your property sale. Be assured that we are always looking out for our clients' best interests and dealing with you honestly. Your satisfaction is the measure of our success. How much money do your home's energy bills steal from your wallet every month? Well, heating your home takes 1/3 of your energy money, water heating takes over 1/10, and air conditioning takes over 1/10. Those alone account for more than half of your monthly energy bill. Since 1979, Kleckers Heating and Air Conditioning of Watertown has been selling and installing high-quality, state-of-the-art, energy-efficient home comfort equipment and providing maintenance services to existing equipment to keep it running at peak efficiency and saving you money. Call them today at 920-261-9218 to learn how Kleckers can help you keep more of your energy money in your wallet.
Welcome back to the campus of Maranatha Baptist University in Watertown, Wisconsin, where the Sabercats are enjoying a 10-point lead over the Crown College Storm. And we are about set to get second half action underway. Interesting to note that both head coaches had words with the officials on the way back to the halftime locker room. So I'm interested to see if the officials stay with the same level of tightness, I guess you would say, on the calls in the second half. Don't think there's necessarily phantom calls in the first half as Morrison turns it over. Not accusing of phantom calls necessarily, but it was a tightly called affair that got a little physical towards the end. Some hard hits. So we'll see if tempers have cooled in the halftime locker room, or we could be in for some really exciting basketball here in the second half. Ball on the ground right away. Locked up. Jump ball, Sabercats basketball. Johnson was on the ground, on the floor, fighting for possession. Both teams have post players in a little bit of foul trouble. Carly Johnson's on the floor with 3. Kelsey Johnson has 2. Roberts for the Storm has 2 as well. Johnson, strong drive, kicks to Luttrell on the baseline. Back out to Simpson, now Morrison. 6 seconds to shoot. Strong defense from Roberts. Morrison. Johnson has to chuck it up at the buzzer. Shot clock violation as she did not catch rim at all. And another turnover for the Sabercats. Storm basketball. Narrett is checking in for Simpson. De La Osa, Roberts fouled on the dribble drive by Morrison. That'll be her second foul. And De La Osa to inbound from the baseline. Thompson, leading scorer for the Crown Storm on the season is Thompson. 8 points a game in the neighborhood. Pass ahead to Johnson, no good. Rebound collected by Roberts. De La Osa pushing the tempo. Thompson. Neither team yet to score. Roberts. De La Osa. And Gibson whistled for 3 seconds. Into the game, Crowns and Ruff for the Storm. Gibson and Honeck to the bench. Morrison to Narrett, steps into a jumper, no good. Johnson skies for the rebound. Johnson to Morrison, 3-point attempt, no. Johnson the rebound, working inside, puts it up, and is fouled by Roberts. That'll be 3 on Roberts, I believe. It is indeed. So now Kevin Bozicki with a decision to make. Carly Johnson's playing with 3. Will he keep Roberts on the floor? She's been a real offensive menace. She's really been causing a lot of problems for the Sabercats defense. So she will stay on the floor. Johnson misses the chance for 3. And a foul is going to be called on the Sabercats on Johnson. So both Johnson sisters now with 3 fouls. And And a warning has been issued. Never seen that called like that, at least. De La Osa. Roberts to Crowns on the wing for the Storm. They have not scored in the second half. Slow starts in both the second and third quarters. Thompson blocked by Johnson cleanly. Morrison for the Sabercats. Sabercats trying to avenge a home court loss to Crown last season by the score of 63-56. So an important game for the Sabercats as Morrison steps into a 10-foot jumper. Roberts working against Morrison across to Thompson. Gets past Narrett, rises up, and a strong drive from Thompson. Lays it up and in. Narrett able to collect somehow on the weak side. Johnson turns, steps into a three, connects. Thompson working behind the Roberts screen across to Crowns. Shot fake. Now with 7 to shoot. De La Osa looking for a screen from Roberts. Gets in the lane. Runner blocked by Luttrell. Narrett tied up. Foul is called on De La Osa. It's her third. She will stay on the floor. And trying to get all the changes here. Simpson's on for the Sabercats. Full court pressure. Morrison breaks it. Narrett to Simpson. Bounces to Morrison. Everything was right except for the finish from Morrison, and then Narrett's going to pick up a tic-tac foul on the other end. It's the second on Narrett. De La Osa and Roberts on the floor for the Storm, both playing with 3 fouls. Gross bounces it across to Thompson. Thompson steps back, looking for a Roberts screen. Roberts trying to square up at the elbow, nothing there. 7 seconds again on the shot clock. De La Osa steps into a long 2, no. Simpson, one-handed rebound on the other side. Offensive struggles continue for the Storm. Not sure if it's something Coach Morrison saw in film or the zone is just working. Storm did not seem to have an answer for the zone. Morrison flings it into Simpson. Runner, no. Gibson blocked it. Roberts saves it. And Storm away with the basketball. Ahead to Thompson. De La Osa. Too much steam on that one. Thompson was ahead, but was starting to fade towards the sideline on her run ahead to the basket. De La Osa was looking for her to cut to the rim. Morrison surveys the options. Easily breaks the pressure to Johnson. Morrison, a cool customer for a freshman. Calm on the ball under pressure. Morrison steps back. Johnson for 3. Yes. And just like that, it is an 18-point game. Sabercats beginning the second half on a 10-2 run. Gibson across, Gross. No, way too long on the attempt. And Johnson the rebound. And that's going to be number 4 on Roberts. So she will head to the bench. Frustrated. Johnson, sideline inbound to Morrison. Crowns is back into the game for Roberts. Johnson looking for a screen from Simpson. Morrison was wide open on the corner. And Gibson will pick up her second foul. Hit to the face. Morrison into Johnson. Drives past De La Rosa. Foul is going to be called against Johnson. And Luttrell will check back into the game. Coach Kevin Bozicki continues to work on the officials. His team trails by 20, needing an answer. Ball out of bounds will stay with Crown. Johnson slipped on her last drive to the basket. Looked like there was some moisture on the floor. And was somehow able to keep control and finish. So Crown coaching staff looking for a traveling violation, not called. I'm not sure what the rule would be on a plant foot slipping along the floor. Luttrell hands to Morrison. Lost the handle en route to basket, but Simpson able to corral the loose ball back out to Johnson. Johnson looking for Morrison, well defended from Thompson, dishes to Luttrell, baseline jumper, no. Gets her own rebound, second attempt, no. And then a foul over the back on Ashley Nairn as she went over Gibson. Easy call there for the officials. Third foul for Narrett. And free throws for Crown. So 2 shots coming for Gibson. First free throw good. Only a 30% free throw shooter is Gibson according to Crown's statistics. But first free throw and second free throw good. 2 for 2 goes Gibson. 18-point game. Johnson stepped out of bounds, trying to avoid pressure. And a turnover. Crown needing some stops and some scores. Simpson will go to the bench as Carly Johnson checks back in. Both Carly and Kelsey Johnson still with 3 fouls apiece. And Narrett with 3 as well. So 3 Sabercats with 3 fouls. Meanwhile, for Crown, Roberts is the only player with 4. De La Osa with 3, and then a bunch with 2. In the corner, wide open, is Gross for 3. Long on the attempt, Johnson up top for the rebound. Ahead to Morrison. Crown bench trying to infuse some energy into their teammates on the court. Ball tipped out by Gross. It'll stay with the Sabercats. They have 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Johnson working against Ruff. Morrison on the wing. Johnson rolls off the screen. Blocked by Gibson and a foul. Well positioned was Gibson. And two Sabercats coming in. It's going to be Luttrell who picks up the foul. Probably could have been a foul on a couple players, but Luttrell picks up her third. Gibson stepping back to the free throw line. 2 for 2 on her last trip. And just a little too strong on the first attempt. The junior out of Plymouth, Minnesota. Luttrell heads to the bench. Simpson back into the game for the Sabercats. So it is a carousel of about 8 players for Coach Morrison today. Rotating in and out of the game. Johnson behind the Narrett screen. And Gross is whistled for. Foul is going to be whistled on, Gross. First free throw from Johnson is no good. Second free throw from Kelsey Johnson through. Torres checking in for Narrett. 18-point game, 47-29. Crown needs to put together a run here quickly. And so Kevin Bozicki going back with a couple of starters. Roberts in, Honeck in, Gross and Gibson to the bench. Roberts has 4 fouls. So maybe a roll of the dice here from head coach Kevin Bozicki. Roberts will have to be careful. Minute and 30 left in the third. Kicked ball from Morrison. Should be 15 seconds. On the shot clock it is indeed. Thompson from the baseline. Jumper from Crowns, no. Roberts the rebound, turnaround is good. Morrison. Johnson working against Roberts. To Torres. Under 10 to shoot. Johnson. 5 seconds to shoot. And Carly Johnson's whistled for the offensive foul. That's her 4th. And erases a made basket from Kelsey Johnson. Luttrell defending Roberts. Honeck in the lane to Crowns. Turns at the free throw line. Jumper, no. Roberts gets the rebound. Luttrell whistled for the foul. That'll be 4 on Luttrell. And so now is when Coach Morrison's roster will be tested. He's got 2 starting post players with 4 fouls, another with 3, and their first sub off the bench, Ashley Narrett, with 3 as well. Roberts misses the free throw. Trisha Wright checking in. The officials have been consistent throughout this match. It's been close, tightly called. As Roberts connects on the second. There's just absolutely no room for hand checks. Screens have to be set, which I believe that's what the rules of the game would request and require. So now it's up to the players and coaches to adjust and make sure they're playing within the officiating boundaries. Johnson for 3. Nope, short, gets her own rebound. Fouled. Score the basket, and Roberts is done. And that right there is the roll of the dice that Crown was playing with, having her on the floor. And so that is a massive moment in this game. Roberts is done. 7 seconds to play in the third quarter. $18-point game. 5 seconds to play. On the wing, Crowns. Runner at the buzzer. No. And so we will head to the fourth quarter. Sabercats lead by 18. Can they close this one out on Parents' Day? We'll be back for fourth quarter action in just a few minutes.
How much money do your home's energy bills steal from your wallet every month? Well, heating your home takes 1/3 of your energy money. Water heating takes over 1/10, and air conditioning takes over 1/10. Those alone account for more than half of your monthly energy bill. Since 1979, Klecker's Heating and Air Conditioning of Watertown has been selling and installing high-quality, state-of-the-art, energy-efficient home comfort equipment and providing maintenance services to existing equipment to keep it running at peak efficiency and saving you money. Call them today at 920-261-9218 to learn how Klecker's can help you keep more of your energy money in your wallet.
After this afternoon's game, the Sabercats will travel to Emmaus Bible College on Tuesday for a 5 o'clock tip-off. For updated game day information on that contest, visit musabercats.com/composite.
Welcome back to Watertown for fourth quarter action set to begin. Sabercats with a 50-32 lead, trying to close out a win on Parents' Day. Crown College Storm have scored 17 points since the end of the first quarter. And Morrison, agile play, ahead to Torres. Wow, Morrison with a spectacular demonstration of balance, and then vision to find Torres ahead for the easy lay-in. Crown. Drive, layup through contact is Archer, and a timeout is taken by the Storm. So 30-second timeout. We'll be right back to Watertown.
Are you looking for something to do? Come into Watertown Bowl 18 or Watertown Bowl North and enjoy our friendly, courteous service along with a clean family atmosphere. Our family-operated business strives to give you, your family, and friends a pleasant experience each and every time you visit. Check out our website at watertownbowl.com for hours of operation and for weekly specials.
Not even a minute gone by here in the fourth quarter. Both teams with a field goal. And the Crown Storm look to be setting up full court pressure in a different format. So can the Sabercats solve that puzzle? Crown just snapped a 9-game losing streak coming into this one. On the season, they are 2-9 on the road. So it's not been an easy road for them away from home. They have beaten Faith Baptist Bible College and Trinity Bible, who are both NCCAA North Region opponents of the Sabercats. I've yet to see them play this season. That is the Crown College Storm, but I have to think this is not their typical offensive output. It's been a frustrating afternoon for them as Crowns knocks in the baseline jumper. Due in part to the choppiness of the game with all the whistles, but also the zonal defending from the Sabercats has been a frustration, and Crown has just not been able to knock down shots. Morrison. Johnson working against De La Osa. Drives to the right hand, lays it up, got past De La Osa easily. Johnson now has put together a good showing offensively this afternoon. She has 17 points as Crowns turns around and answers on the other end. Excuse me, Kelsey Johnson has 19 points on 6 of 11 from the field, 1 of 3 behind the three-point line, 6 free throws. And Honeck is going to pick up her 3rd foul. Thompson back into the game, Gibson back into the game. Honeck will stay on the floor. Katie Archer heads to the bench for the Crown Storm. Morrison. Sabercats need to have some lengthy offensive possessions here, really milk the clock. Johnson for 3, nope. Simpson tips it. Loose ball, out of bounds. Crown Storm basketball. Both poor referees cannot win. Both coaching staffs asking for a foul. Referee says it's going both ways. We're going to go with no call, and we're going to go with a ball out of bounds to Crown. Gibson. Crowns, the hot hand in the 4th quarter. Thompson faces up, jab step, pulls it back. Gibson. Crowns on the wing. Under 10 on the shot clock. De La Osa drives, throws it away behind Gibson. Gibson spins, taken away. And a shot clock violation called on Crown. So actually fortunate for Crown that was whistled dead. Allows them to set their full court pressure. Johnson throws it away. Torres not on the same page. Wright checks in. Carly Johnson heading to the bench. Sabercats by 16, 6:42 to play. Crowns shot fake. Thompson. Gibson working for position down low against Simpson. Simpson travels, but it was great defending from Simpson as she stepped around Gibson on the entry pass, tipped it away. It'll stay with Crown. New shot clock. Baseline, De La Osa into Crowns. Honick, Crowns, Thompson. Deep three from Honick, no offensive boards available. And Johnson easily collects the rebound. She's now got 7 rebounds, 3 shy of a double-double. Simpson steps into a deep three, long, and Crowns clears the boards. De La Osa pushing the tempo ahead to Thompson. Sidesteps, but traveled, and then is left in a heap on the floor. And officials asking for the floor to be wiped up. Johnson and Luttrell back into the game. Simpson and Wright will head back to the bench. Johnson to Luttrell. Johnson to her sister, ahead to Morrison, 2-on-1. Blocked by Gibson. Morrison wanted to shoot it left-handed from the right side, couldn't get it off cleanly. And Crown pushing the tempo. Stopped by Johnson out of bounds, so it'll stay with Crown. Johnson making herself tall. And a timeout is going to be called by the Sabercats. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back for the final 5:30 in the fourth quarter.
Brad Kinsey and Realty Executives Platinum are intimately familiar with the demographics of the southeastern Wisconsin market. Located in Watertown, we employ sales executives and brokers who are dedicated to helping you find your dream home, as well as assisting you in acquiring the most for your property sale. Be assured that we are always looking out for our clients' best interests and dealing with you honestly. Your satisfaction is the measure of our success.
Five and a half minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Thanks again for joining us. It's been a pleasure to bring you this broadcast on Parents' Day. De La Osa, Crowns at the elbow. Dribbles, steps past Johnson, no good. Johnson hands the rebound to her sister, almost lost it. No buckets scored in the last minute and a half of play. Johnson working against Crowns. Morrison cutting to the basket, was wide open. Luttrell faces up, gives to Morrison, outside to Johnson for three, short. Loose ball. It goes off the Sabercats last. Crowns Storm basketball. Kelsey Johnson leads all scorers with 19. Leading scorer for the Storm, Roberts, with 11, but she has disqualified from the game after her 5th foul in the third quarter. Just under about 7 seconds remaining in the third quarter was that final foul. And it just continues to be a struggle offensively for the Storm. Johnson ahead to Morrison. Morrison to Luttrell. Calmly pulls the ball back out to Morrison. I think if the Sabercats just use the entire shot clock for their remaining possessions, it is almost impossible for Crown to come back. 4 minutes remain, 16-point game. Thompson blocked from behind by Johnson, And the ball hit Thompson in the head, out of bounds. Thompson's irate with the officials, but she thought she was hit by Johnson. The ball hit Thompson in the head. It's unfortunate for her. Luttrell in the middle of the court. Stops, looks for Johnson. Morrison. Foul is going to be called on Crowns. It'll be Sabercats basketball. They can milk more clock here. Morrison throws it away. Simpson can't chase it down, and a lost opportunity for the Sabercats there. Score remains 54-38. We've come to a screeching halt, offensively speaking, but the timer keeps ticking, and that's good news if you're a Sabercats fan. Storm needs some buckets in a hurry. Gibson across to Thompson. She'll line up a three, and she'll connect. Big basket for the Storm. Life. 3:25 to play. Luttrell. Morrison. And a timeout is called by Coach Morrison. It is a full timeout, so we'll be right back to Watertown. Don't go anywhere.
How much money do your home's energy bills steal from your wallet every month? Well, heating your home takes a third of your energy money. Water heating takes over a tenth, and air conditioning takes over a tenth. Those alone account for more than half of your monthly energy bill. Since 1979, Klecker's Heating and Air Conditioning of Watertown has been selling and installing high-quality, state-of-the-art, energy-efficient home comfort equipment and providing maintenance services to existing equipment to keep it running at peak efficiency and saving you money. Call them today at 920-261-9218 to learn how Klecker's can help you keep more of your energy money in your wallet.
Simpson at the free throw line for 2 attempts after the Crowns foul. It's her fourth. Just over 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Simpson calmly knocks down 2 free throws. Big free throws there to really stem the run from the Storm. Gibson's got position inside on Luttrell. Ball out of bounds off of the Sabercats. It'll stay with Crown. De La Osa. Gibson, power dribble inside, fouled, score the basket. And that will be the 5th on Luttrell. So she has been disqualified from the contest. And Coach Morrison wants a timeout to talk things over. So we'll come back in just a few seconds. Gibson's at the free throw line shooting, and we'll be back shortly.
Copeland Excavating wishes the Sabercats the best of luck. Call Copeland Excavating for all your excavating needs. For pickup or delivery, Copeland Excavating offers crushed limestone, fill dirt, screened topsoil, sand, mulch, and landscape stone. They are also a dealer for county materials, which includes paver and retaining wall blocks. Let Copeland Excavating put their 56 years of experience to work for you. Call Copeland Excavating today at 920-261-2121.
Gibson's at the free throw line for a chance at 3. And she connects. She's 4 of 6 from that spot today. Simpson into Johnson. Under 3 to play, but this one's not done. 12-point game. Johnson is fouled by Tevis. It's her first. She gets in the scorebook with that. And it'll be free throws for the Sabercats on the next foul. Morrison. Sabercats need to be patient, offensively speaking here. Get a good quality look at the basket. That's not going to work. Thompson again, second time this game. She's had a steal and then just loses the ball off her legs out of bounds. Good effort from her. Johnson to inbound into her sister. Torres. Johnson. Simpson to a cutting Johnson. Rises up. Can't get it to go, but a foul on Tevis. So 2 shots coming for Carly Johnson. It's her first trip to the free throw line today. She's got 10 points on the afternoon and now has 11. 3 Sabercats in double digits, offensively speaking. Both Johnson sisters now with 11. I'm sorry, Morrison and Carly Johnson with 11. Kelsey Johnson leads all scorers with 19. Second free throw long from Johnson. 2 Storm are in double digits. Again, Roberts, whose afternoon is done, and then Gibson into double digits with her last free throw. She now has 10. Thompson walked on the jab step. De La Osa takes a seat, a rare happening this afternoon. She's played probably the most minutes of any Crown player. Morrison trapped and fouled. And she was fouled by Crowns. That is her 5th foul. And De La Osa will come back in. Morrison's at the free throw line. Her 3rd trip there today. She's almost an 80% free throw shooter, is Callie Morrison on the season. Rattles around and down. Soft, good rotation. Second free throw, good. Morrison goes 2 for 2. 15-point lead, 2 to play. De La Osa, Thompson. Honeck walked. Another turnover for the Storm. They've got 20 turnovers on the afternoon. Sabercats have 19 now with that. De La Osa lays it up over Morrison. 13-point game. So it's not been clean possessions either way this afternoon. Wright leaves for Morrison. Under a minute and a half to play. Sabercats can use the clock to their advantage. And a foul is on Honeck. It's her first foul. No, it's her fourth foul. Wright's at the free throw line. First free throw goes wanting from Trisha Wright. Honeck will take a seat. Tevis will take a seat. Gross and Ruff back into the game. Short on the second attempt is Wright. Gibson pulls down the rebound. 13-point lead for the Sabercats. Ruff, jumper, short. Johnson, the rebound, and fouled. By Gibson. That is her third foul. And Johnson will step back to the free throw line. She's 1 of 2 in the fourth quarter. Second one good. Another split trip from Johnson. Sabercats lead by 14. Looking to put the finishing touches on a victory here today in front of their parents. They have led since the first quarter. So the officials confer. We're down to 1:04 to play. 26 on the shot clock. And Thompson, cross court to De La Osa. Gibson loses the handle down low. Torres comes away with the basketball. Another turnover for the Storm. Morrison spinning past Gibson. Cross court to Simpson. Gets past Simpson. Lays it up. No. Johnson the follow. No. Second attempt from Johnson. No. And a foul is going to be called underneath. Against Ruff. It's her third. And Johnson's back at the free throw line. Long on the first attempt is Johnson. It means that she's due up for a make. On the second attempt, and she does. De La Osa gets past Johnson, then dribbles the ball out of bounds. And Tevis checking back into the game for Gross. Shot clock is off Morrison. Across to Johnson. In the corner is Wright. Three-point attempt from Wright. Too strong. Tevis the rebound. Pushing the tempo. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Thompson fakes, rises up. Johnson rips down the rebound. And the Sabercats have closed out a 61-46 victory here on Parents' Day. They've led it since the first quarter, and at long last the game has concluded. Referees found themselves relatively busy this afternoon. A lot of whistles, choppy game, but the Sabercats victorious. Next up for the Sabercats, they will travel to Emmaus Bible College in Dubuque, Iowa on Tuesday. They've got a tip-off at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Fans, you can stay up to date with all things Sabercats online at mbusabercats.com or by following the Sabercats on social media with the handle at mbusabercats. Just a reminder, fans, we are set to bring you the live broadcast of the men's game to follow in just a few minutes. Hope to see you then. If not, thanks for tagging along and have a great day.